world below was cloaked in twilight, the horizon faintly aglow. In heaven, Seraphile, the angel of guidance, stood at the celestial gates, preparing for his vital mission. Seraphiel, the Creator's voice resonated. A soul named Daniel is lost in despair. Go to him and remind him that my plan is greater than his understanding. With a bow, Seraphile replied, "As you will, so shall it be." In a dimly lit apartment, Daniel sat on the cold floor, surrounded by unopened bills and lost dreams of being a musician. Hopelessness weighed on him, and he whispered, "Why, God? If you are there, I don't see you." Unknown to him, a demon named Malakar had been watching, thriving on human anguish. He emerged from the shadows, appearing as a man in a sleek suit. "Daniel," he said, his voice smooth as silk. Startled, Daniel asked, "Who are you? How did you get in here?" "I am a friend," Malakar replied, smiling. "I have come to offer you a way out of your misery." Daniel frowned. "A way out? There is no way out." "Oh, but there is," Malakar said, leaning closer. "You have been abandoned by God, haven't you? Forgotten, but I can give you everything you have ever wanted: success, wealth, fame. All you have to do is trust me." Daniel's eyes narrowed. "Trust you? What's the catch?" Malakar chuckled darkly. "No catch, my friend. Just a small agreement, merely a signature, if you will." He produced a parchment seemingly from thin air, its surface glowing faintly with fiery runes. Daniel hesitated, the weight of his despair battling against a faint whisper of caution. Before Daniel could reach for the pen, a brilliant light flooded the room, banishing the shadows and forcing Malakar to recoil. Seraphiel appeared, his presence filling the space with warmth and peace. "Daniel," the angel said, his voice strong yet gentle, "do not be deceived." Malakar hissed, his true form momentarily flickering into view, a grotesque figure with twisted horns and fiery eyes. "Do you dare to interfere, Seraphiel?" "This soul belongs to the Creator," Seraphiel declared, his wings spreading wide. "Leave now, Malakar, or face the consequences." With a snarl, the demon vanished, the parchment disintegrating into ash. Daniel stared at Seraphiel, awestruck. "Who? What are you?" "I am Seraphiel, a messenger of heaven," the angel replied. "I have been sent to remind you that God has not abandoned you. His plan for you is unfolding, even now." Daniel shook his head. "But I have lost everything. How can this be part of any plan?" Seraphiel stepped closer and placed a hand on Daniel's shoulder. "Sometimes, the darkest moments are when the greatest transformations begin. Trust in him, and you will see." To strengthen Daniel's wavering faith, Seraphiel extended his hand. "Come with me. Let me show you what lies beyond your understanding." In an instant, Daniel felt himself lifted from his apartment. They ascended through a tunnel of light, emerging into a realm of indescribable beauty. Heaven stretched out before him, a landscape of rolling meadows, crystalline rivers, and an eternal golden glow. Daniel saw souls basking in peace, their burdens lifted. Music filled the air, resonating with a purity that touched his very core. "This," Seraphiel said, "is the promise of God's plan. Every struggle, every trial brings you closer to this if you trust in him." Tears streamed down Daniel's face. "It's beautiful. But how do I find my way back from the darkness?" Seraphiel's expression grew solemn. "The path will not be easy. Malakar and his kind will continue to tempt you. But remember, you are never alone. Heaven watches over you, and God's strength is within you." As they descended back to earth, Seraphiel whispered a prayer over Daniel, imbuing him with renewed hope. Daniel woke in his apartment, the memory of heaven vivid in his mind. The weight on his heart had lifted, replaced by a quiet determination. He picked up his guitar, long abandoned in the corner, and strummed a chord. The music flowed effortlessly, as if inspired by a higher power. Daniel began to play in local cafes, his songs resonating with others who felt lost. Word of his talent spread, and soon Daniel was performing for larger audiences. But no matter how successful he became, he never forgot Seraphiel's words, "Trust in God's plan." Years later, as Daniel stood backstage before his biggest performance yet, he felt a familiar warmth. Turning, he saw Seraphiel watching him with a smile. "You have done well, Daniel," the angel said. "You trusted, and now you are fulfilling his purpose." Daniel nodded, his heart full of gratitude. "Thank you for not giving up on me." As Seraphiel faded into the light, Daniel stepped onto the stage, his music carrying a message of hope, faith, and the enduring truth that God's plan is always greater than our fears. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.